Love great dollar store finds? We do too. Now, who doesn't love a bargain? Your local dollar store, well, close to a dollar, has them.
Today and every Wednesday, we share our unbelievable DVD finds. This week, we found
Kids and Movie Marathon Volume 2, also known as Rip-Off Movies.
Yes, that's a very generic title, isn't it? Can you believe this?
No. Be sure to like and comment, and thank you for subscribing and watching. We appreciate your support. But today,
we're covering something very different. The strange and incredible world of rip-off movies are also known as mockbusters.
And these movies are made to either trick people into buying the rip-off film instead of the original, or to cash in on the success of another movie. And boy, are there a lot of them, and unbelievably, people fall for them.
Yeah, somehow.
So, you're looking at this case, you can see the names of the movies, and they are The True Story of Puss in Boots, starring William Shatner, no joke, Life's a Jungle, Primates of the Seven Seas, Amazon Jack, Aqua Tales, Dragon Guardians, Ivan the Incredible, and Dragon Hunters. And actually, one of the movies out of these 8 actually turned out to be really good. So quickly, we're going to tell you more about this, starting with Puss in Boots.
Yes, this one says a young farmer's son inherits a strange talking cat with magical boots. With his cunning wit, Puss helps him win the heart of the princess. Yes, there's a princess in here while battling devious suitors that are after the throne, which really doesn't happen.
William Shatner couldn't even help this movie.
No.
It was so bad.
And that was supposed to be the hook of the film, having William Shatner in here. But he didn't sound like himself. He had to sound like a really frilly cat who's still male. So he says, wow. He sounds like Toralei from Monster High. It's like, why did you choose that? How'd you go from, you were trying to compete with Antonio Banderas, with him being like that Nick's cat. But then you get the William Shatner to do this version of Puss in Boots, and he sounds like the most goofball cat you've ever heard.
And the storyline was bad, the animation was bad, the ending was bad, the characters were bad. Unfortunately, this Puss in Boots is really a sour.
Yes. And we understand that Puss in Boots is technically a public domain story, but they literally just made a standalone Puss in Boots film to compete with DreamWorks' Puss in Boots film.
So, our recommendation is don't watch it.
Right. And then next we have Life's a Jungle, was supposed to be a ripoff of Madagascar, the original, and or I think the third one as well. This is when Pimp, a pampered puppy, and who doesn't look like a puppy?
Alliteration.
It looks like a little grown man, honestly, but okay. Gets separated from his owners on African safari. He is forced to adapt a new way of life in the jungle, where he learns that caviar and manicures can never bring the same happiness as friendship.
Neither can this movie.
I tend to disagree. I think I would prefer caviar and manicures over living in the jungle with animals and no public, indoor plumbing.
This movie was so bad.
And it was so bad, the animation was just really bad. It wasn't even, I don't think I could even call that animation. The dog is supposed to be a puppy, but he walks around on 2 legs and has like a big muscle torso, like he's already grown, like he's Tengen or something. He's a macho dog.
Macho.
And the animals there are just really lackluster. They're trying to like replicate like when they met the lemurs in Madagascar and go up against some really badly drawn rhinos instead of fusas. And there isn't any complexity writing, like Alex struggling with his wilder side, trying not to eat his best friend because that's what his primal state is supposed to do. No, it's just that, the dog should not be rich is the lesson of the movie. And it's like, what kind of film is this?
It's one that you shouldn't watch. Next up,
we have Primates of the Seven Seas, which is supposed to be a ripoff of The Pirates Band of Misfits from Artaman Pictures.
it doesn't match.
It says, our unlikely hero, Marco, not to confuse with Marco Diaz, was joining forces with a motley crew of monkey pirates, I kid you not, and set on an action-packed, not really, rescue mission. Get ready to go overboard with the wildest, craziest, zaniest primates inside of the Caribbean!
They were not zany. They were not funny. They were not good. Animation bad. Movie sucks.
And the thing to point out is this movie is actually made in a Caribbean movie because it's supposed to depict the life on a Caribbean island, which was the only interesting part about it. And they really did not take advantage of that setting or this location to deliver a good story. Because you really don't see movies taking place there unless it's like a travel film. So that could have been something clever to use, but they failed miserably.
They did. Next up is Amazon Jack, and this is supposed to be for Kangaroo Jack,
right?
Which most people don't even remember anymore.
Right, and that thing was a lie too.
The world's rarest and cutest creature, not Amazon Jack, lives on a peaceful island when a greedy millionaire, of course, puts out a reward to find him. Jack must leave his home, evade capture, and outwit the tycoon before he ends up in a zoo. No.
And they never tell you what Jack is. He's a rare and cute creature. He's a rare and cute creature. Well, what is he? And if you look on the cover, if you have this on its own or in the collection, it looks like he's supposed to be like a saber-toothed koala.
Well, you can see the picture on screen.
Orange koala with canine teeth and like a bear. I don't know what he's supposed to be. He's so rare that you never see this thing again.
It's not interesting. It's dull. It's boring. The animation's not too bad on this one.
That's true, and the backgrounds are actually really beautiful. Yes. They really made a lush looking forest, and he lives in Norway at some point. It actually looks like Norway. They get the background locations right, but everything else, including the characters, they get wrong.
This one is also a pass.
Right. Next we have Aqua Tales, which is supposed to be a ripoff of multiple films, kind of like with Shark Tale, Finding Nemo, and whatever other underwater movie you can think of. That's what they ripped off. Now for here, when space mutants from his favorite comic book come to life and threaten all ocean life, 10-year-old Opel, and spelled O-P-I-L, must team up with a heroic captain who doesn't wear pants, I think, and his mischievous daughter to save the sea.
They didn't save it.
No.
Nor did they save this movie.
No, and it was so bad that it didn't even bother to try to rip off the film that it's supposed to be ripping off. Now, usually these fish movies try to replicate Finding Nemo or Shark Tale. The title suggests Shark Tale, but you watch it, it has nothing to do with that. He makes a wish on a fish.
I made a wish too that it would end.
He made a wish on a fish that he would never have to eat fish for dinner again. So that translates to aliens coming down and taking the Earth's oceans and killing all the fish, so he never has to eat fish again. Which also disturbs the ecosystem because now everyone on the planet's gonna die because this kid made a dumb, didn't think out this plan through wish.
Well, I hope it was 3 wishes because 2 and 3 are this movie goes away. Next up we have
Dragon Guardians. And this was supposed to be a knockoff of both Rise of the Guardians and How to Train Your Dragon, which is they did twice in this. Something spooky is happening in Dragon Hill, and a sudden change in climate has plunged the land into a deep freeze. The fate of the forest rests in the hands of its protectors, an elf named Robin and his misfit dragon companions.
Now, what was really strange about this one is they had artwork that was drawn, that was cave drawings and so forth, and it was really good.
Yes!
It's like, why didn't the movie look like the drawing?
Yes! Yes, and that story actually was interesting. They basically state that the dragons were like knights. They had literal dragon knights, which you don't really see, and they protected the lands from evil against evil dragons that want to take over and destroy all humans. And they were lost to time because it had been centuries, but they can live a very long time, and they protected the humans and they were allies. Now, that backstory sounded spectacular. That sounded like a fantastic film. But we get to the film itself, and it's boring as heck. There is no battle. No one's a guardian. They're all kind of just gone. You have this little lazy dragon that just happens to save the day because the plot demands it, and the villain was wasted.
So why didn't we make that movie?
Right.
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's the $1 million question.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, next up is Ivan the Incredible. A young boy's luck changes when he finds a magic potion that makes him the best of everything for one single day, except for the best of everything in this crappy movie.
Right.
And it's so bad, it doesn't even deserve to be covered. So we
What?
end with Dragon Hunters.
What? What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, Dragon Hunters. Zoe is a little girl who believes in fairy tales. In order to help her uncle, Lord Arnold, give her a terrible dragon, Zoe decides she has to find some heroes. Now, this one is a case of finding a pair of unlikely heroes. You mistaken heroes, and they become real heroes.
And this was a case of finding the diamond in the rough, the hidden jewel in a trunk full of crap.
Yes.
This movie was very great, and it starred Forrest Whitaker, and we
Yes.
were really surprised.
And
This was a great movie, a
Right.
fun movie, and we couldn't believe that we've never heard of it before.
Right.
If you've heard of it before and seen it, let us know in the comments.
oh, and it also co-starred Rob Paulsen.
Yes.
And this film was supposed to be, again, trying to copy two movies at once with How to Train Your Dragon and with the Troll Hunters one.
But what was really great is that it actually gave you something different.
Yes.
It didn't just copy one for one or was a bad parody. It really was a good story.
It was its own thing. Yes.
And the animation was good, and the acting was great, and the story was great, and we can't believe that this is not more well known than it is.
Right. The only thing they kind of had was similar was they had supposedly a hero that's supposed to be known for hunting dragons because the dragons are evil in here and they terrorize humans and destroy them. So they're looking for a fabled dragon hunter to take it out. So that's the only thing they really take from the Troll Hunter series. And that's really it. Just that one little concept, and everything else actually becomes original.
Yes.
Even the characters where they have like this really big burly hero, but he's more of a pacifist. He likes to knit. He's really a gentle, like I said, a gentle giant troll, but he has to fight a dragon that neither character knows any idea how to fight. And there's actually some pretty good story and development and everything, and there's a happy ending. And they even do really great in the animation department too, with trying to come up with worlds that you wouldn't see in a fantasy realm.
So if you see this at your local dollar or not quite a dollar store, we would say buy this just to see Dragon Hunters.
Yes.
This was an excellent movie. If you just want to laugh and see a bunch of crappy movies and that's how you want to spend your day, then this is worth $1.
Yes.
Otherwise, give it a pass. But we still think that it is worth the $1 or around $1 for the Dragon Hunters movie.
Yes.
Every other movie on here, let's pretend they don't exist.
Yeah, and we will definitely be becoming more rip-off movies in the future because this has become a favorite thing to do, and it brings us so much joy just to laugh at the audacity of these films existing and trying to bank off better-made films.
Yes. So, if you have seen any of these movies, or if you've purchased Kids 8 Movie Marathon Volume 2 of crap movies, let us know what you think in the comments. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you like any of the movies that we didn't like? Let us know in the comments below.
Right, and if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and weekly videos on your favorite anime series, animated shows, and all things animation.
And lastly, also, what great deals have you found lately for DVDs or movies? Give us the good news below.
Yes. So, thank you so much for watching. Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.